My name's Chris and I live at Noah's Ark Zoo Farm just outside Bristol in a cottage on site, and we've just installed a Klover Diva just under a year ago. For years we ran on night storage heaters and now we've gone for a biomass boiler. We chose a pellet boiler partly because we're not connected to gas. We didn't want to buy oil because that's history really. Sustainable I think was the key for me, rather than necessarily green, because you are still using fuel. There is a cost, but it is renewable, so that was important. That and the fact that it was smaller, it could come inside, it was quite pretty, all kind of made the package what we wanted really. Choosing the smaller stove meant we were able to afford a solar thermal system as well, so we can use less pellets in the summer. So we felt combining the system together was the way forward really. We've had no problems with the stove at all, apart from you have to remember to put pellets in it. It doesn't do so well without pellets in. Now we've got the biomass boiler, the central heating is completely timed, so we can set it up to do whatever we want. It runs proper radiators, it keeps them properly warm, and it's much, much better. So yeah, it's really efficient and good at what it needs to do. It's not expensive to run. Well, we haven't actually got the radiators for this one connected yet. You can see the pipes are just sticking out the wall there, but that heats this room. I would say we clean the boiler out, maybe we take the ash out once a week, maybe even once a fortnight when we're not building very much, just the little ash bin, and then give it a bit more of a hoover round, maybe every other month if we're not burning too intensively. It was something I was a bit concerned about when we first looked into it, that the maintenance would be really high, but actually it's quite easy to just keep on top of, and on a daily basis there isn't really anything to do apart from check you've got pellets in there. In order to clean it out properly, there are a couple of things which the installers went through with me to make sure I knew how to do it, and they give you a little book with it all in as well. But there's a drawer that fills up with ash, there's a little crucible which the actual burning happens in. You just take that out and hoover the little holes to make sure the air can get through. And then there are a couple of other little places where it can just build up a little bit of ash that you just put the hoover on and suck it away, and it's quite, you know, it doesn't make the kitchen dirty, it's not getting everywhere, it's not like having a chimney sweep in or anything like that. It's quite easy. People are fascinated to see the pellets because I work with animals, it just looks like animal feed, and that's what most people liken it to. But they think it's very cool. Yeah, most people have never seen anything like it. Can't fully understand it, some people, but it is often a talking point. We enjoy showing people around and showing them. It's not hard to get pellets at all. No, there are lots of companies that do it and they'll bring it to you. We've got quite a big garden, a little shed in the corner, and we just pop them in there and no problem, just on the edge of the log store. It's a bit revolutionary for us because for 10 years we lived in the house and it was always cold and it was always wet, and you always had ice on the inside of your windows because there was no adequate heating before. But now it can keep up with everything we're asking of it, and it'll heat the hot water tank in about 10 minutes if we wanted to. Maybe you could think it would be overly complicated, and to be honest, we've got some at the zoo which are huge, great elephant houses, and they are quite complicated, but this one's really simple. The installation was really easy. I mean, the guys came in, they were professional, got it done really quickly, it was clean, and I think the whole thing, including the solar thermal and the installation of the new hot water tank, took about 10 days. It's early days, we haven't had it in a year yet, but we've done a winter, and yeah, it does what it says on the tin. It seems to be reliable, it was affordable, it's economical with its amount of pellet it uses. It's really good.